So, a warm welcome from my side again. As you have seen, I'm not Ricardo, Minoni Menion Konrad. My name is Konrad Heidrich. I come from Germany. I'm working for Hilscher in my normal life, but today I'm responsible or a representative for the Open Industry 4.0 Alliance. I'm usually not doing this kind of presentation, so please don't hesitate with me. I'm more the technical guy instead of doing this kind of jobs, what Ricardo usually is doing, but I try my best. First of all, this is a quite complicated folio. I will try to explain it with my words. All of you may have had some proof of concepts for IoT or for Industry 4.0 for Industry 4.0 use cases, because boss said, I heard something about the new gold, data, so please give me the data and do something with that. So you have a proof of concept with the machine over there. The machine over there is like typical for this industry, and you're working 3 months with your team, and the solution is quite well. The C-level is quite happy with that and says, okay, now we make a rollout to all our machines. And then the development department comes and says, yeah, but we have different PLCs over there and different field buses. And of course, because the machines are old, they are not talking OPC nowadays. So that needs another 3 months for each of these machines. So that means the Industry 4.0 idea is quite good, but the rollout is still quite a hassle. And this is why different companies founded the Open Industry 4.0 Alliance, because we have the idea to define bricks which you can stick together like Lego to solve different use cases and don't have to reinvent the wheel every day again. Of course, OPC UA is a very big part in that. I'm responsible for the Open Edge Computing work group, and we are definitely counting on OPC UA. But of course, the OI4 has like a reference implementation, which I will show you. And there, it's not only OPC for some reason, but this is the world as we see it, at least. Yeah, so let's start. We are organization with about 100 companies. We have companies from the like sensor companies, we have PLC companies, we have machine builders, we do have system integrators which doing the glue in the middle. We do have cloud companies, software companies. So they all together from totally different fields, totally different directions. They are looking to the data, and we all think we might work together on a solution how we can solve that problem. So the OI4 sees itself as an implementation alliance. So this is a funnel which you may have seen before. So of course there are like direction setters that might be an industry, but that also might be some government-driven organizations like Platform 4.0 in Germany and others. But there are of course also standardization bodies. By the way, OPC UA is one of that, beside others, but OPC UA definitely is one of the standardization bodies. And then in the end we have the customers, and they have quite a pain to use all these different standards in the right way. And this is why the Open Industry 4.0 Alliance, with their industrial focused work groups and their technology focused work groups, try to fix use cases in a proper way. So the members, of course, working on the white papers and guidelines. The guideline, this is why it's not called specification. It's a guideline because we are not specifying anything. We want to guide you through the existing standards, how to use them the right way so you understand each other. Because as I guess everybody of you has written a specification already and misunderstood something which another company implemented in a different way. So we try to solve problems like that. Our members are then implementing these things for their customers. So the OI4 doesn't have any IPs or stuff like that. So how do we work? We do have the industrial focused work groups, as I said. So all these different areas of industry we want to focus. And then, of course, we have technical work groups. Not all of them has already results, like Open Edge Computing, which I present today, has some specifications already. But others, for example, remote device management, application management, these are things which just started like a few months ago. So we need to wait a little bit for the results. But we are in a good state, I guess, and has good teams to show in which direction it could go. Yeah. So what does the industrial focus work groups prepare for us, for the technicians? So basically, we have a process house. So we have processes basically related to assets, to applications, to process, plant, enterprise, and of course cross-enterprise. These are the like every use case which we define can be filled in one of these levels. This is like the base understanding between the working groups. And then, for example, an asset onboarding, of course, it's somehow between asset and application. And then after that, it goes to the other layers. Another thing would be like, of course, an asset replacement or an asset parameterization, for example, to talk in that field where I am home, down there on edge and field level. Yeah, so here you see basically an empty shell of the OI4 reference architecture. That means we have an open computing layer, we have an open operator cloud layer. This is what the operator drives. So if they have a cloud, it doesn't matter which cloud, but it's called open operator cloud to name it. And then we have like a common cloud central thing. This is like everything which might be central in the future. And then, of course, we do have the cloud of the manufacturer. We do have physical things which are already existing. We do have a connectivity layer. So, for example, if you have hard IP, wireless hard, Profinet, Profibus, EtherCAT, basically mostly protocols which are not Ethernet based. So Profinet and EtherCAT doesn't belong to them. They are somehow connected to open edge computing, and this is why you need an connectivity layer in between, some kind of gateways. For example, for hard IP, these gateways are well known. So, and what we are doing is we try to find end-to-end use cases and try to define how we should solve these use cases. So this is actually the not empty shell of the reference implementation. So we did already some work here. We specified security issues. We as OI4 prefer the asset administration shell as a like submodel driven information model to talk to all these different fields, like C-level, like production, like all these different shareholders which want to have information from the field. And then, of course, because of the open API from the asset administration shell, everybody can get these information from there. And we do have, we can provide information about that. So we have a guideline for the development, for the open edge computing, for example. We have white papers for security. We do have indeed a proof of concept, a reference implementation for the asset administration shell. It's open source, so we can provide it to our members and to play with. That's not productive, but it is to prove the principles and to see if things are working well. But then the next big steps, of course, is application management. I mentioned already also device management. In both, I'm quite heavily involved. Data spaces, we try to find through the jungle how that will work and how that should work in the future. Like all these different companies can access a digital twin with their mask to see their information. So I think there are still some issues not solved yet, but yeah, so data spaces is one key factor for the future to work with. Will be quite interesting, I guess. So how do we do that? Of course, we interoperate with all our members, clear for that, but we also interoperate with different specification groups and different organizations. One, for example, is the IDTA, the Industrial Digital Twin Association, and the LNE. I named these two because I'm working by myself with these groups, but the industrial focused work groups are also working with other groups, like for example the OWL Maschinenbau, maybe not well known here. Same with Packaging Valley E-Class, might be known also here. And this is why I'm not familiar with these folios. That shouldn't be marked like that. We heavily work together with OPC UA or with the OPC Foundation. So Ricardo doesn't have the right view here on that. Maybe same with Stefan. There are quite a lot of activities in the background, which we will see later on. So we do have an hub in the Netherlands to get connected to the Benelux countries. I think, I'm not sure about that because I'm not so much involved in that. I think we working on a hub in Denmark, and yeah, today we are in Finland, so we also talk to you guys about the Alliance. And Asia, America are not yet really focused. But I can tell you, like at least for my work group, we do have already people from Finland, for example, in our group, but also like from all German-speaking countries, because we were founded there, but also from England, from the Netherlands, from France, from Italy, I don't know, from Slovenia. Don't know yet if I forgot something. At least these are the ones which do hands up and work with us and talk to me. Oh, yeah, so that was the first part of my presentation. I'm quite sure Ricardo would have told you much more about details about the Open Industry 4.0 Alliance. I apologize for that. I'm just not the sales guy, sorry for that. But anyway, I think if you have questions for that, I at least try to answer them. And then we are getting in the more interesting part.